If you're a CTO, IT director, or founder, and you're trying to figure out the smartest way to move your company to the cloud, you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to walk you through 7 proven cloud migration strategies or approaches with no tech deep dive, just clear guidance from a decision maker's view. And by the end, you'll have a roadmap for selecting the right cloud migration strategy for each workload, making sure you transition smoothly to the cloud in a way that aligns with your goals and budget. We'll cover risk, timeline, team impact, and continuity, keeping it high level but practical. So let's get started. Before diving into strategies, let's prep by taking a quick inventory of your workloads. Maybe you have legacy applications that don't scale well, servers running rarely used applications, critical databases, and custom APIs or Docker services that are essential. Maybe you have a monolithic ERP system, Windows file servers, or internal tools built on outdated frameworks. So make a simple spreadsheet and be sure to show must-move systems, nice-to-have systems, and outdated ones, and document the dependencies between them. And then with that high-level view of your workloads, you'll need 3 main resources for your migration, right? People, time, and budget. In a small business, this might mean one person dedicates part of their time to managing the migration, but depending on your workload complexity, outside expertise might be needed for certain components like databases or custom applications, or even to walk alongside your team through the entire process, right? So assess your workloads, your team skills, and what makes the most sense for you. Timelines vary widely based on what you're moving, from a few days for simple workloads to several weeks or months for more complex ones. Larger enterprises might take years to fully transform hundreds of servers and applications, but having a general timeline in mind helps. These timeframes shape your planning and allow for realistic allocation of resources. Okay, so let's jump into the 7 R's of cloud migration. Each of these are tailored for different business needs, budgets, and risk levels. The first up is retire. It's easy to overlook applications that have been sitting around unused, sometimes for months or even years. For example, once I worked with a client who discovered that something like 30% of their applications hadn't been accessed in ages. So retiring these systems is a quick way to cut costs and simplify the migration workload. Risk-wise, it's low because you're removing what's not in use, but watch out because you don't want to accidentally retire something critical. So involve each department to double check that you're only retiring what's expendable. And this strategy is perfect for those outdated or redundant tools that won't add value in your new cloud environment. The next one is retain. So here's a classic scenario. I had a client who depended on this specialized software that was old, it could not be scaled, and it was very specific in its server requirements. So moving it to the cloud would have been costly and complicated. And for cases like this, keeping systems like these on-prem temporarily can be the smartest choice. The upside, low migration risk as you're not changing where the application lives. The catch, there's operational risk if those on-prem resources fail, and there could be implications for compliance or insurance if the software is outdated. Often the retain strategy becomes part of a hybrid cloud strategy where on-prem and cloud-based workloads are connected to each other. This also introduces a security risk, but you're only moving what makes sense to the cloud while still keeping the essentials intact. So now let's talk about rehost or lift and shift. This one is straightforward. You're moving applications to the cloud as is with minimal or no configuration changes. The big advantage, it's fast. Rehost lets you quickly move workloads to cloud servers without re-engineering them. But the trade-off, any inefficiencies from your on-prem system come along for the ride, potentially increasing ongoing costs. Risk level, it's moderate. It's a low-cost option that requires minimal retraining for your team. And rehost is a great choice if you have stable applications that you plan to optimize later, or if you're under a time crunch and need to get things up and running quickly. So relocate is similar to rehost, but instead of moving individual applications, you're transferring entire servers along with their applications. So picture this. If you're running VMware on-prem, you can move those VMs to the cloud without changing a thing about the applications themselves. What's the advantage? It minimizes disruption, allowing your team to keep using familiar tools and processes. Timeline typically takes days to weeks, making it a great choice when you need continuity but have limited time to execute the migration. Relocate is especially suitable if you're aiming for low to moderate risk and can't afford to reconfigure each workload individually. For outdated or high maintenance software though, consider repurchase or drop-in shop. So instead of migrating your old systems, you switch to cloud-based alternatives. Think of it like upgrading from on-prem email servers to Microsoft 365. The upside, long-term cost savings and lower maintenance as the provider manages the updates and the security. But what to watch out for, this option can be moderate to high risk because you're implementing new systems, which may require training and data migration. The initial costs can add up, but you'll see significant ongoing savings, especially if the old system was costly to maintain. Just be prepared for potential downtime as you make the switch. Replatform or lift, tinker, and shift means taking your core applications to the cloud, but with some optimizations to make them cloud ready. For instance, you might move a database to a managed service to gain better scaling and backup features. Cost-wise, it's moderate upfront with potential savings over time. Risk level, also moderate as you're tweaking rather than overhauling, and some training may be needed for your team to manage the updated environment. Right? So replatform is ideal for medium complexity applications where a few adjustments can bring big benefits in performance. And then finally, there's refactor. This is the most ambitious option, and it can be higher risk because it involves rebuilding your application from the ground up to be fully cloud native. So picture shifting from a single monolithic application to a microservices architecture where each part can scale independently for better performance. What's the benefit? Flexibility and long-term efficiency gains, but it comes with high upfront costs. Team impact? That's significant because refactor often requires new skills and expertise. Plus, it's usually a months to years kind of investment. So it's worth considering only for applications that give you a competitive edge. And just in case, make sure you have backup systems ready to go if you run into issues during the transition. Most successful migrations use a mix of these strategies. To decide which approach works best, look at each application and ask, how critical is this to our business? What's the current maintenance cost? What are the scaling requirements? Do we need performance improvements? What's our budget, our timeline, risk tolerance? For high impact systems that need optimized performance, refactor might be the right way to go. For stable, low maintenance apps, rehost or relocate could be perfect. Choose the mix that aligns best with your goals and resources, keeping in mind how each option affects your team, your budget, and your continuity plan. All right, so now that you know which strategy to use for each workload, you might be wondering, but where am I moving these applications to? And that is a great question. The strategies tell you how to migrate, but where to migrate to should be a well-architected and secure cloud foundation. If you're ready to take that next step, click the link above to watch my video on building a secure, scalable cloud infrastructure to handle these workloads. Remember, successful migration is all about making the right strategic choices up front. I'll see you in the next video.